Verse 19 says, husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. If I could give my own paraphrase, husbands, be worthy of submission. Be so devoted to, committed, so submitted to Jesus that your wife's submission to you is an extension of your submission to Jesus. That she's not Melissa's not called to submit to me. I'm called to submit to Jesus so that Melissa can submit to Jesus with me, walking together in this place. It's not dividing this thing up and saying she's supposed to submit, I'm supposed to love. Jesus is supposed to be all in all at all times in this relationship. And if I submit to him and she submits to him, then she submits to me and we walk together. But we're constantly more concerned about the other than we are of ourselves, which also means we have to trust God so much that we aren't afraid of losing in the relationship. That we're not afraid of one taking advantage of the other, but we're confident that what God has joined together, what God has joined together, what God has joined together. So again, this is all unto Jesus before it's unto each other. Which means that when we struggle with each other, we have to put our energy back on Jesus. Because he's the one that can make it right. He's the one that can work in us and work through us. Husbands, I believe we're supposed to take on Paul's words from 1 Corinthians 11:1 in our relationship with our wives. Follow my example as I follow the example of Christ. What if you are called to lead the way in submission? Not to lead the way in the home, not to lead the way in child rearing, not to lead the way in the money making, not to lead the way in the wisdom and all those things that we often grab hold of. What if our first calling, our most important calling, is that as husbands we lead the way in submission? What if loving our wives is laying down our lives for them, or loving our wives by laying our lives down for them is what points the way for them to submit to us, the way that we are submitted to Jesus? Man, what if our leadership is supposed to be in submission? What if all Adam was ever supposed to do was lead Eve to trust God? What if that's all he was ever supposed to do? He wasn't supposed to make her happy. He wasn't supposed to, listen to the argument. He wasn't supposed to, let her lead him along or lead her along. He was just supposed to remind her, we can trust God.